Hey team, Coach Kristi here for our Monday team training. I'm really excited. As you guys all know, we just got back from the Diamond Leadership Retreat where we had basically a rewards trip for the diamonds, and we cruised together. And one of those days we actually sat down and had a 90 days to success. We shared our stories, why we became a coach, our goals. But we also I shared this 90 days to success. And so I'm going to go through that with you today. And I want you guys to implement this. Don't just do this training, implement it, because I'm really excited to see as we implement this over the next 90 days, the type of success it brings to the team. And it's something that's super easy to do, just like anything else, easy to do, easy not to do, but doing it, creating consistency and discipline in your business makes all the difference. But while I was on this trip, I connected with quite a few people. I got some contact info for people who are interested in having me help them as a fitness coach. I connected with somebody who was working on their PhD, as multiple masters, as a coach and mentor to a lot of NBA players, just out and about, just seeing someone and asking them questions. Where are you from? Is this your first cruise? Creating conversation, asking about them. And that's what this business is about, relationship building. We always talk about it. Brand new coaches are always saying, well, how do I do that? Ask more questions. Be interested in other people. The one thing people love to talk about is themselves. So ask questions and allow them to talk and listen. Listen and really be present. I could care less if those people signed up. Just letting them know I'm a nice person and that I wanted to know more about them, and hopefully left them with a positive feeling or changed their day. That's enough for me. But I know, because it always ends up that I get their contact info, and that's actually not even my goal from the get-go. I literally just want to connect with people. So I'm going to go through these 90 days with you. But first, I want to share something with one of these conversations I had that it really took away from me is the coach and mentor to the NBA players. He and I were talking. We were both Virgos. He was born a day before me. And just how we have a plan and discipline. If we wake up and we don't want to work out, we do it anyways. We don't put it off. And one thing he said that stood out to me that I want to share with all of you was, he said, if there's something you don't want to do and you put it off, why are you going to do it later? What is going to change in your mind and your motivation that is going to make you want to do that thing that you put off later? You're just prolonging something that you don't want to do now, and you're not going to want to do it later. And in the same sense, while you're doing that, you're creating distrust in yourself. And one of my favorite personal development books is called Speed of Trust. And he talks about that, how every day we have a choice and we're either building trust in ourselves or not. And when you don't show up for things that you've committed to, the person that is losing the most trust is you. You're losing trust in yourself to show up. And then those around you also follow suit and are losing trust in you. Another great story is I just got done chatting with a gentleman today from Instagram, and he's going to be joining our team, and I'm so excited. And his sister is a coach, and he didn't sign with her because he said she was all about it, but I knew that she was going to become flaky, and within a couple months, what do you know? That's what happened. And so people watch you and they say no for different reasons. It might not be a good time for them. Or maybe if you're just getting started in your journey, and some of you get started and have a really negative attitude and you don't even know it, people don't want to be around that. So they're going to say no. So you have to work on yourself. So anytime there's something not going right in your business, don't place blame. Don't, oh, well, it's that person's fault. They said no, they didn't follow through. You have to look inside you and what can you change? And I'm going to give you a perfect example of that. Yesterday, we got home and Paul and I are trying to get Paul was doing laundry. Paul was trying to get laundry done. I cooked dinner for the first time in my life since we've been together. He's over here unpacking. We were trying to spend time with Stella. She gets kind of upset, we're going to leave her again when we're gone. And just trying to get everything ready for Monday because we knew we were going to have a busy day. And coaches were messaging me all night last night, Facebook message after Facebook message. And I was getting really frustrated, and it was putting me in a bad mood. And it wasn't those coaches' fault. It was mine. They were messaging me because they knew I was back from vacation and they had questions or help or whatever it may be. But the reason I was getting frustrated was because I feel the need to respond right away. It's something that I do want to respond and help them, but I have this list of things to do that need to get done before I respond to those messages. And I know that, but as a people pleaser, it pains me to not answer them. So I was getting frustrated. That is my issue. That is not the coaches who are messaging me. It's not their issue. That's mine. That's a personal development issue with me that I have to work on. And I looked at Paul and I said, you know, I have an issue with that. I really have to work on not allowing that to frustrate me, to be thankful and grateful that they're reaching out and they trust me enough to help them. And for me to be okay with knowing I'm not going to get to those messages until I get through my to-do list for today. So all those vital behaviors that I have to get done, adding to my network, doing all my follow-ups, because there's a lot of follow-ups with being gone, checking in on all my customers, checking in on all my groups, doing our team training, answering all my emails, answering all my Facebook messages, creating Facebook content, you know, all of these things. I've done my workout, I've done my personal development. Now I have to do those vital behaviors that move my business forward before I get to those Facebook messages. I answered them yesterday at like 3 o'clock, so it's not gonna hurt if they don't get answered today until 5 o'clock. But I have to be okay with that. That was my frustration. That was my issue, not theirs. So that's what I'm talking about. When there's something in your business, oh, people are saying no, nobody wants to sign up with me. Look within. Look within you. What can you do to get better? How can you get better with your personal development? Maybe you're doing it, but you're not actually implementing anything. How can you get better with your current fitness goals? How can you get better at sharing your story? How can you get better at inviting? How can you get better at attracting people to your business? How can you get better at networking and adding to your network? How can you get better at building relationships and rapport with people? It all comes down to you. So just wanted to put that out there. And before we get into the next step of the training, the other thing that I wanted to say is I have a website. A lot of you don't know that. If you go to kristicurtis.com, I have an entire coach training. You go to Kristi Curtis, click coach training, and there's a 3-day fast start, a new coach 3-day fast start. It has tons of training. I have new coaches that go through that training, not just to cross it off and say they got it done, but really take time to go through and understand and start implementing as they're going through. And they're earning Success Club helping 3-4 people before we even get on the phone for their new coach call. Seriously, the training is there on my website. If you're on my team, there's also training on how to expand your network, training from all of our leaders. We have all sorts of videos from all the different leaders on our team sharing how they expand their network, giving you their secrets from successful people. Watch that information, implement, start putting it into your business daily. When you post a question in the team page, where are you finding people? That's the wrong. You got to get better at asking questions. There's no bad question, but you got to get better at asking good questions. And the good question would be, where do I find information and training on how to get better at adding people to my network? And it's on our team website, on my website, kristicurtis.com, coach training. There's a whole tab on how to expand your network. There's a whole tab on how to invite with inviting scripts and training videos on how to invite. So it's all there for you. Make sure you're utilizing that. We also have this weekly team training where you can learn from all the different leaders on our team. And the different leaders on our team have YouTube videos as well. Lots of questions lately. Is Shakeology okay for breastfeeding? You guys, that question is asked like 10, 15 times a month, it seems, in our team page. If you go to Facebook into our group, Epic Dream Team, on the right-hand side at the top, there's a little search bar. Type in Shakeology breastfeeding, and all those questions will populate. They will pop up, ones that have been asked before and the answers to those questions. So I'm just sharing this with you because I want you guys to become independent leaders where you know where to search for the information and find solutions. Not because you can't post questions on the team page, you can, but I saw a question posted yesterday, and right under that question was the exact same question. So make sure that you're taking time each day, it's on your business activity tracker, to scroll through the team page. You'll learn a lot. There's a ton of information there, but it's all organized on my website at kristicurtis.com under coach training. Okay, so now into the next nitty gritty. Let's make the next 90 days count. So this training that I'm going to give to you, is actually what Shailene Johnson does when she mentors and coaches people for the entire year. And it's a $20,000 training that she does with people. So it's a lot of money. So I want you guys to take this seriously. If you had invested $20,000 into personal development, into growing yourself, you would do these things. So don't just go through this training and not implement them, because in the next 90 days, it will change your life if you take the action steps necessary to make the changes needed. So number one, I want you to give thanks. And what I mean by that is I want you to give thanks to someone. Maybe it's coaches in your downline. Maybe it's your upline. Maybe it's a spouse. Maybe it's your best friend, your mom. Give thanks. Gratitude, have an attitude of gratitude. And so, you can give thanks through a private message on Facebook. You can give thanks with sending a little gift or a handwritten note in the mail. People love handwritten notes. I send gifts all the time, and people are usually more excited by the handwritten note than they are the gift. So make sure, I want you doing this weekly. Give thanks weekly. Something I've been doing, if you want to take it a step further, and this wasn't part of Shailene's thing, but something that I learned on the MLM podcast, which we are doing as a team. If you go into our team events, into Epic Dream Team, and click on team events, and you go to the bottom, it says MLM Podcast Nation. We're all doing one podcast a day and posting our takeaways in there. But something from one of those podcasts that I took away was 10 minutes of gratitude a day. So I actually, in the mornings, write out for 10 minutes, schedule the time, write out everything that I am thankful for. I mean, down to my wood burning stove, my spa, a car, gas to put in it to get me places, Paul, my family, all sorts of things. I sit there and write a list for 10 minutes every day. So that's how I've been giving thanks. But I also like this because it takes it a step further. I'm giving thanks so that I'm creating the right mindset to start my day, my workout, my personal development, my gratitude list. And then I'm actually giving thanks to people. So give thanks once a week to that special someone. It can be someone different every single week. Number two, invest in your business. If you are earning $50, take that back, invest that in Facebook ads, or, I have a training on that. Invest that in a new computer if you need a new computer, or maybe a training like Shailene Johnson has an Instagram impact training on how to build an Instagram account. It's $99. So invest in your business. That's number two. And number three, implement. I want you to implement for 3 hours a week. So you can do all 3 hours at once. You can set a timer and do 1 hour 3 times a week, but a minimum of 3 hours of implementation. And just to give you an idea, some of the things that I have implementing that we're working on right now are a team newsletter. So that's something that we're working on. Last week, I did a training on YouTube on the Facebook fan page, and I got off and I immediately implemented. It took me like 2.5 hours to get it all set up and implemented, but I had everything else done for the day, all my vital productive behaviors, and I started implementing that, and it made a difference. It really did. While I was on the cruise, I got over 50 new contacts while I was on the cruise. Actually, it was to give the correct information, it was 72 new contacts from that implementation of what I did last week. So I want you implementing 3 hours a week. If you're doing personal development, something comes to mind, implement. Like I said, Paul and I are working on a newsletter, so that's one of the things that we're implementing. I also have a big list of things like implementation. I'm doing way more than 3 hours because I am just pumped up. But some things that I'm working on are some type of mentorship program where I'm actually going to offer mentorship to, I haven't figured it out, 3 to 5 coaches, and really create a new mentorship program that is something that that I'm going to work closely with them to help them reach their goals, but also tweak as we go, so that then we'll have a system to give every brand new coach on how to, basically they can be mentored by me through these videos. So I'm really excited for that. That's something I'm working on implementing. Another thing is a coach only challenge group in December. with a $5 buy-in and a cash pot for that coach to win, things like that. Fun stuff to keep us all excited about our fitness goals through December. So these are lots of things. Something I've already implemented this month is our Go for No challenge in our team page. If you go into Epic Dream Team, click on events, you'll see the Go for No challenge that's listed there. So lots of implementation from me. I'm asking you to implement for 3 hours a week. Of course, you can do more like me. I'm kind of crazy. Number 4, date night or card, something to once a week for your significant other. If you don't have a significant other, it can be your best friend, your mom, who's that person that's closest to you, and do a date night, a card, a present, something to let them know that you're thankful and you appreciate the things you do. You know, I really focus on not taking for granted anything that Paul does. He builds the fire, he makes dinner, he's helping with the business. You know, he is incredible with Stella. He goes out and plays with her multiple times a day. Like, I will not take any of that stuff for granted. He is my better half, and I won't be able to run this business without him. So make sure that you are doing something once a week for your significant other. That was number 4. Number 5, do one thing that moves your business forward. What's that one thing for you that moves your business forward? If you stop doing it, your business would not be growing. And I want you to do that X number of hours per week. So that could be 5 hours per week, 7 hours per week. So something that I found that really helps me build my business is obviously training a team through team training videos. And something else that really helps me build my business, so now I'm on to 2 things, is my email list, creating an email list for customers and coaches, potential customers and coaches, so that I'm able to follow up and reach out to them efficiently. However, I want to try to mesh those. So that's my one thing, is trying to create videos with email, you know, where people can opt into an email list. And so I'm using both and putting them together. So I'm really excited for that. So that one thing that moves your business forward, you need to do that X number of hours per week. If it's inviting, which it should be, and you know, mine obviously has to do with inviting, just creating an email list with that, do that thing. So number 6, what are you going to give up over the next 90 days? And the thing that I want you to realize with this one is maybe you're giving up a TV show so that you have an extra hour towards your business. Or, you know, when I started really building my business, I had just completed Ironman. I actually cut from competing in Ironman to half Ironmans because that gave me a big chunk of time. My training was cut in half so that I could take that other half and put it towards my business. So it doesn't have to be all one thing that you're giving up. It can be little pieces of things to create more time to implement these things, to have implementation and doing that one thing every week in your business. So number 6, once again, what are you going to give up over the next 90 days? Number 7, set a weekly fitness goal. And I hope you guys are doing this already because that's our business. We're fitness. We're working on our fitness goals. What is your weekly fitness goal? You know, mine is, and make this a measurable goal. It doesn't need to be attached to the scale. I stay away from that thing. But you want to be able to get, you know, increase your push-ups. You want to be able to go all, 20 minutes on max 30 before you max out. You want to beat your max out time on max 30. Those are very measurable goals. For me, no sweets. Like every week I'm the same. I'm day 57 right now, no sugar. So that's really a measurable goal. Have I had sugar today or haven't I? So that's for me. So number 7, set a weekly fitness goal. Share that publicly so people know what you're doing. Share it with your challenge groups. Be that challenger in your own challenge groups. So number 8 is a weekly restorative goal, a goal of pure joy. So maybe it's something like yoga that you've gotten away from doing, or painting, or photography. I will tell you, for me, my weekly restorative goal is I'm up every day at 4:30, and I have a schedule and a list of things to do that I'm busting through. And so when it comes to Saturday, my weekly restorative goal is I get 10 to 12 hours of sleep. I sleep in, I wake up when I want. I have things I want to get done for the day. It's usually working out and personal development, and that's about it. And I just do whatever I want. If I want to lay on the couch all day, I'll do that. That doesn't happen very often, but if that's what I want to do, I do. So that's my weekly restorative goal, to just really have time to myself, to not have to go by a schedule. And it really pumps me up, because come Monday, I have this list of things and I have all these ideas that I've been adding to my list all weekend that I'm not allowing myself to work on. So that really helps me. Number 9, schedule a mastermind. And if you're a personally sponsored coach of mine who is Emerald or above, most likely, and you're building the business, you are already in a mastermind. And if you're not, and you would and you're a personally sponsored coach of mine and you would like to be, reach out to me, because I have offered it before, and some coaches start and fall off, but you can come back in, or create your own. It doesn't have to be with me. Create a mastermind with those that are going after the same goals as you. Something that last week, just to give you guys an idea, when I say these things, take these ideas and use them for your team. I have given you so many nuggets today. Take that, duplicate it in your own team. Last week, we had multiple Power Hour Zooms. I think we had 3 last week, where coaches could get on the Zoom, and you were adding to your network, you were sending hey girl messages, you were inviting, and you did this all in the Zoom together. And you had scripts and everything. It was an incredible event. And I reached out to some coaches, and they were like, "Oh, well, I don't have time. I can't make that one. I'm at work, whatever." The reasoning was that they couldn't make that scheduled time. I said, "Well, you have the event, and you have all the information on how to run it, and you have all the scripts. Create your own. Create your own that works for you. Grab a few other coaches that work with that time, and dive in and do that Power Hour Zoom together." So just in the same way, number 9, schedule a mastermind, find other coaches or other business entrepreneurs, work together, create a mastermind so that you guys are learning from one another. Number 10, set a financial goal. This is the next 90 days, guys, remember. So your mastermind should be a weekly thing, because this is over the next 90 days, once a week. So 10, set a financial goal. How much do you want to be making in income in the next 90 days? Some people have trouble with this, because they're like, "Oh, I don't want to think of the financial side of it, because that means I don't want to help people." No, our income is a direct reflection of the lives being changed. If you have an income goal, realize that's how many lives are being changed and impacted because of you. So that's going to be a limiting belief in your business, holding you back if you can't set a financial goal. So in the next 90 days, where do you want your business to be financially? You guys, in 90 days, crazy things have happened. I have taken my business and doubled my income from 50K to 100K in 90 days. It was crazy. Now, was I working? Yes. I mean, it was the most I've ever worked in my business the entire time I've been a coach. I went from working 10 to 15 hours a week to like 60 hours a week for those 90 days. And the reason is I had lost my income. I left the financial industry, and that was a pay cut. I got a 50% pay cut when I left the financial industry. So when I did, I was like, oh shoot, I just went from having 50K in my Beachbody business and 50K in the financial industry, and I cut that off, and now I'm back to 50K. And I probably left just slightly too early, but I was at the point where I needed to go all in and have more time for this, because I could continue growing it, but it wasn't growing at the rate that I wanted. And I just felt like I needed more time to create trainings and systems for my team. So I left, and in 90 days, I worked my booty off, because I was scared. I was scared to have gone from 100K to 50K, and I replaced it. I took my Beachbody business from 50K back up to 6 figures. So set a financial goal. Where are you going to be in the next 90 days? Number 11, something you'll create or do to make that financial goal happen. So that could be more inviting. That could be more relationship building. That could be Facebook ads. What is the thing that you're going to create or do to make this financial goal happen? So now we're going to go to number 12. Reverse engineer what needs to happen to make that financial goal happen. So if you're wanting to earn $500 a month in the next 90 days, what do you need to do? And you have to break that down month by month. something I shared with the diamonds was, okay, a cycle bonus, a team cycle bonus happens when we have 100 volume in one leg and 200 volume in the other leg. So any volume missions on it. But the volume of the coaches that are underneath you that have signed up after you, we earn team bonuses on that. So every time there's 100 volume in one leg and 200 in another, it pays a cycle bonus. As a diamond coach, it pays an $18 cycle bonus. So let's say that you wanted to earn, I'm going to try to choose something that's easy for me math-wise, $900 a month extra in the next 90 days. So you want to earn $900 more a month than what you are right now in the next 90 days. So $900 in cycle bonuses is $5,000 in one leg and $10,000 in the other leg. Or another way to think about that, it could also be $7,500 in one leg and $7,500 in the other. Because every 300, 100 plus 200 is 300. So every 300 in volume total is a cycle bonus. And it doesn't matter if you have 100 and 200 on this leg or 100 on this leg and 200 on this leg. Lots of math going on here. But so if you have 5,000 in one leg and 10,000 in another, that's going to pay 50 cycle bonuses. 50. So if you are, and let me do my math again. I should probably open up my calculator. So 50 cycle bonuses, and how I know that is if you take 5,000 and you divide it by 100, because that is 50. So 50 times 18, because Diamond Coach pays $18 a cycle, is $900. So you would need an extra 5,000 in your weak leg and 10,000 volume in your power leg. When you break that down per month to get to that 900, that would be like, and I'm making this up as I go because I didn't have an example ready for you guys. So we'll just say that it was $1,500 the first month, and then $3,000 the second month, and $5,000 the third month for the one leg. And then the first month, the first 30 days in the other leg was $5,000 more, $10,000 more, and $15,000 more. So that'd be the volume that you would need. So $5,000 more, that could be 5 coaches, earning Success Club 20. So if you have 5 coaches that earn Success Club 20, you could potentially be around that 5,000 mark this month. It's pretty cool. So you have to break it down to what that's like. Some of my coaches have 3,000 or 4,000 PV every month. Some of my coaches are brand new and have 5 to 1,000 PV. So look at those coaches that want to build and figure out what their goals are. And you'll find those people that want to match up with your goals. But also, you can do it through your own commissions. Success Club 20, like that, I get a minimum of Success Club 20 every month. And Success Club 20 is getting me about $500 in income. And if you're signing up 5 new coaches on challenge packs in a month, like first of the month to the last day of the month, you'd also get a $100 bonus. So 5 new coaches on challenge packs, plus the $100 bonus, and 5 new customers on a challenge pack, and you'd have $600 right there. So it doesn't always have to come from your cycle bonuses. It can come from your personal goals as well, the people that you're helping. So those are a few things to think about when reverse engineering your goals for your financial goal, to know what you need to do to make it happen. And if you're a coach that is Emerald, Diamond, and you've heard that and you're wanting to have more help on reverse engineering your goals, send me a Facebook message, reach out to me. If you're really building your business or you're a brand new coach, but you are a go-getter and you have gone through all of my training on my website and you're ready to dive in and make this happen, send me a Facebook message and we will talk about how to reverse engineer those goals to make sure that you're reaching that financial goal in the next 90 days. So, like I said, how many of you will take this training and make it happen? My goal is for all of you, but I know that's not how it works. You know, that's like my other video. Are you the 99% or are you the 1%? So this video is made for those 1%, for those people that are going to take this training and run with it. Take this training, make sure your team listens to it. Get together on a mastermind and help hold each other accountable every week to this 12-step training for the next 90 days. Thanks, team. Hope you guys all have a great day and make it a great week. And for those of you that were on the Diamond Retreat, had a blast. Such an amazing time. I know Paul and we just appreciated you all being there so much. I know how much it takes for you to leave time away from your family to be there. But we listened to every single one of your goals, your dreams, and where you want to be, your story, your why, and it makes us want to work that much harder to help you get there. So thank you all for being there, and I can't wait until our next retreat.